Now let's do some sketching in SolidWorks. We'll click on the line. It asks us to click on a plane, and it doesn't necessarily swing us into sketch view, but there is an option on the view orientation tab that will bring us normal to any selected plane. And so I click on that and we swing around normal to that view. The sketching environment is very similar, but again, I could click and drag to create in SolidWorks. Click and drag, and I can't do that in Solid Edge. Whether that's an advantage or not, I'm not sure. Let's add some sketch relationships. Or sketch dimensions, rather. Solid Edge is a little more fluid. In SolidWorks, you have to click through each one of these. And it's not quite as fluid a workflow, I don't think, when you're adding dimensions. Now, we can't see the dimensions on here, but we could turn those on. There is a setting. However, let's take a look at the display delete relations. What this does for us is it gives a list of all of the relationships in the sketch. And if I clear selections and just select the whole thing, it gives us all of the relationships in the sketch. To me, this is a nice tool. I started learning on SolidWorks about 30 years ago. This has just become kind of second nature to me. When I moved to Solid Edge, it seemed like something was lacking. But you can display these in SolidWorks if you want to, but you can't get this kind of a list of relations and entities. One of the nice things about this display is that you can replace items in the sketch, and that includes reattaching dimensions and dangling relationships. Advantage SolidWorks for that sort of thing. SolidWorks also has an additional parabola tool that Solid Edge doesn't have. Solid Edge has the conic, but parabola is really just a kind of conic. Solid Edge also doesn't have this partial ellipse, which is drag one axis, drag the other axis, and then drag the included section. That's just something that Solid Edge doesn't have, that SolidWorks does have. But Solid Edge does have the split tool that allows you to split a section out of a parabola or any other sort of thing. If we get out of the sketch, you can hide this through a right mouse button menu or a left mouse button menu, or by using this pullout. And I'm very fond of this pullout in SolidWorks, but I like the way Solid Edge works even better, because this panel is kind of built into this Solid Edge Pathfinder. So I can turn this off to hide that sketch. One thing I want to talk about in addition here is the SolidWorks 3D sketch. SolidWorks is a very nice 3D sketcher. Okay, I screwed that one up. I meant to make it a long X. Okay, now I'm going to use my space ball to move around the view. And I'm in the XY plane, and I can change that by hitting the tab key. Now you can see on the cursor I'm in the ZX plane, and this red indicator also shows that. Okay, and I can create a 3D spline, and to some extent the position of the points that I'm putting down will depend on my screen position. So as I rotate around, the points are placed in different planes. You can also have relationships between the 3D spline and the 3D line. Make these tangent. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something that SolidWorks won't do, but Solid Edge will. So I'm going to open up a sketch on this plane, a 2D sketch, and I'm going to grab this spline and convert entities. One or more of the selected entities could not be projected into the sketch plane. That's because this spline would intersect itself if projected into a 2D spline. If we go back to Solid Edge and create a 3D sketch here, I'm going to start with a line. Notice all the icons look a little bit different. They have a shadow projected onto a sketch plane. I guess this is to differentiate these sketch entities from a 2D sketch entity. Notice I'm also getting this additional origin in the 3D sketch space. It's a little bit confusing, I think, but you can turn that on, I think, if you want to, using this alignment indicator. So that only comes on when you've got a sketch entity turned on. Okay. Also, you can lock into a sketch plane if you want to. I don't want to do that right now, but let's rotate the view and start sketching from the origin or nearby, and I'm going to get a parallel relationship here. Parallel to what? I'm assuming it's parallel to the z-axis. So if I click and start drawing a new line, where am I drawing? Notice that there are some light blue lines showing on the screen. And these are changing to indicate different planes depending on where my cursor is with regard to the display. Here I'm parallel to X. Here I'm parallel to Y. Now just by changing my viewpoint, I can go parallel to Z. Notice I didn't have to press the tab key or use anything to flip in a different direction. I could click on an axis and now I'm parallel to that axis. Notice the indicator on the cursor. And then click on another axis and now I'm parallel to Z. Okay, so the Solid Edge environment for 3D sketching has undergone some changes, and I think it's much better thought out than it used to be. I think it's easier to use now than the SolidWorks interface is, and it's just better. Also, look at this. If I click on a spline, I can start sketching. And it's doing the same thing that SolidWorks is doing by changing the effective sketch plane and for these points. So the sketch is complex, and let's make some changes to it just to make it a little bit more difficult for what I'm trying to do here. Okay, I'm going to try to get it from the front view so that it crosses itself. I'm going to close the 3D sketch now, go into a regular sketch on the front plane. And remembering the rule in Solid Edge that you select the tool first and then select the object you want to act on, I'm going to project to sketch and then select on the spline. And notice that it creates this spline in the sketch that intersects itself. Again, this is something the SolidWorks just won't do. And so you've got additional functionality should you need it here in Solid Edge. This has been a very long-winded video, but I assure you it just scrapes the surface of the functionality that both of these softwares bring with them. If you stuck with me this long, congratulations. The next video will be comparing dimensions functions between the two softwares. Thanks for watching.